The signal from Aether. The stars beyond the viewport shimmered like scattered fragments of a broken mirror, suspended in the vacuum of space. Commander Elara Miles stood motionless at the observation deck of the Valkyrie, her eyes fixed on the endless night beyond. They had been in deep transit for 6 months, far beyond the known frontier, chasing a thread of information so faint that many back on Earth Command had dismissed it as solar interference. But Elara knew better. She could feel it, an echo in her bones, a tug at the edge of her thoughts that something out there was waiting. The Valkyrie was a sleek vessel, one of the last of the pre-Exodus cruisers retrofitted for deep space communication and reconnaissance. It was never designed for exploration, but desperate times reshaped both missions and men. Earth was no longer the cradle of humanity. After the Arcstorm event destabilized the biosphere, attention had turned outward. Project Exodus had become more than a plan, it was a necessity. And in the depths of the Kuiper line, a signal had stirred. It came without warning, a burst of encoded pulses across a long-dead frequency band. The transmission had been short, corrupted, and chillingly specific. Aether compromised. Data node remains. Repeat, Aether compromised. Nothing more. The term Aether referred to a classified listening post, thought to be offline for nearly 2 decades. Officially, it had been lost during the solar flare cycles of 2143. Yet now it was speaking again. The bridge lights dimmed slightly as Lieutenant Harrow keyed into the command interface. Commander, packet analysis confirms non-random modulation. Origin point traces to Aether's last recorded orbital pattern, drifting at Lagrange 5. Elara turned from the stars, her expression unreadable. Plot intercept. Engage silent drift. We go in dark. Silence settled on the deck like a blanket of static. Even among a crew seasoned by isolation and the whispers of space, there was an unease to Elara's tone. No one asked why they weren't broadcasting back. No one questioned the order to silence all outgoing comms. The signal's content had been minimal, but the implications were vast. If Aether was compromised, then something or someone had found it. Worse, something had been inside. As the Valkyrie began its slow arc toward the calculated trajectory, the ship's onboard AI, codenamed Solace, pinged a quiet notification. New telemetry from the probe array had arrived. The captain reviewed the data in private, eyes scanning line after line of numeric decay, burst patterns, and distorted images. One frame stood out, a shadowed structure hanging against.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?